बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. Shishikorantai Mayapur Sashiki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtapraeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nishtiki. Warm welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us in the study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and specifically the pastime of Dhruva Maharaj, Dhruva Charitra, the character, the personality of Dhruva Maharaj. I think we did Canto 4, Chapter 8, chapter entitled Dhruva Maharaj leaves home for the forest. And I think we did till text 9 yesterday. And we'll see text 10 and furthermore today. So we'll just go through shloka and some translations and then we see. Tatha chikisha manam tam sapatnyastanayam dhruvam suruchi shrinvato ragya shersham ahati garvita. So this is from text 10. While the child, Dhruva Maharaj, was trying to get on the lap of his father Suruchi, his stepmother became very envious of the child, and with great pride she began to speak so as to be heard by the king himself. We'll do a prayer actually before we again begin studying Srimad Bhagavatam. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga Siksharthameka Purusha Purana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sharir Dhari Kripam Buddhiya Tamaham Prapadye Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langete Girim Yat Kripatamham Vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Maybe some of you, as you feel comfortable, can come a bit forward if you like, as it suits. Just for your knowledge also, I have stopped biting. at least in temple room, when I'm in temple room, or at least when I'm in front of deities, and especially if I'm having to sit in the Vyasasana. So we continue our study of Srimad Bhagavatam, and specifically again the pastimes of Dhruva Maharaj. Before we go again into this journey, thank you for all of your kind blessings and encouragement and inspiration. I pray that I become the first listener of the message of Srimad Bhagavatam. Pray that I always remain indebted to the message of Srimad Bhagavatam. Always remain grateful, a student of Srimad Bhagavatam. Always remain grateful of this devotee association, of what has come about to me in my life. Srimad Bhagavatam is Prem Bhakti Prasut, Prem Bhakti Udgar, Prem Bhakti Updesh, this Sangra, this compilation by Vyasdev ji, for the ultimate benefit, ultimate hit, ultimate interest, ultimate benefit of the soul proper, which is attainment of service, of loving devotional service at the lotus feet of the divine couple. So, with this prayer, with this mood, attitude, some understanding of what was, with this prayer, mood, attitude, yearning, calling, and whatever we can bring it from our heart, how much ever we can give our heart, we can never fully give our heart. No one can say, I am fully practicing Krishna consciousness. The sooner we realize that we can never practice fully. So, see, this is again the teachings of Mahaprabhu, in line with the six Goswamis, our acharyas, and the teachings of Mahaprabhu. We want to be in line with them. So, we want to practice Krishna consciousness. So, this is a question coming, maybe. So, we want to practice Krishna consciousness. And of course, we want to, at least in our somewhat hard thought desires, or maybe speaking for myself, and maybe if I can say for perhaps for others, we want to practice Krishna consciousness wholeheartedly. And we know we are not yet there. And even if someday, for some hours or some minutes, we are, say, a bit wholeheartedly Krishna conscious, we realize that how much we put in, it is never complete, it is never good enough, it is always short. So and yet we want to practice wholeheartedly. So there's something which you want to do wholeheartedly, but we know that however we do, how much we do, we are still short, say. Then what is the way out? What is the solution, or what is it we are left with? We want to practice wholeheartedly. And the more we put in, we would realize that, okay, more needs putting in. So what is it then? How to bridge this gap, say, how to cover this gap? In Mahaprabhu's teaching, Sishtastakam, we see, or overall the life and teachings of Mahaprabhu, a sadhaka is left with only one option, which is to cry. Nothing else, to cry. As we see now in Chaitanya Charitamrita, I believe in Adi Lila, in the beginning it says now what? That attaining the service at the lotus feet of the divine couple, attaining the divine couple, attaining the kingdom of God, let's say, this is like a child's hankering, child's desire, child's wanting, child's cry to attain the moon. Now, is it possible for the child on his own to attain the moon? Can a child attain on his own the moon? What do you say, Hansini? Is it possible for a child to attain the moon on his own? No, it's not. The only thing is child has to show that desperation. Child has to show that longing, that yearning, that wow, I like the moon. Moon is so beautiful. I'm attached to the moon. I want the moon. And then what will happen? By this attitude of showing this desperation, utkantha, then the moon, through our prayer, through our desire, if the moon reaches his hand down, say, and pulls us up, then it is possible. So the only thing is learning how to cry. Learning how to cry. Japa without cry, japa without prayers is not japa. Srimad Bhagavatam also, na? So this is the Mahaprabhu's teachings, the parampara we are in. We need to tremendously understand the mood of the parampara. This should be a parampara of vairagi, of renunciance. Prabhupada, I think, mentioned, right? We are opening or have opened up, or actually it should be a society of Paramahamsas, like that. So with this, again, mood, prayer, say desire, yearning, we try to study Srimad Bhagavatam, and this is all just an attempt to attract mercy of Mahaprabhu. We should never study Srimad Bhagavatam or practice Krishna consciousness or anything in Krishna consciousness to intellectually satisfy anything. No. Neither intellectually or in any other capacity or something for mental satisfaction, and definitely nothing for any sense adoration or name fame or nothing like that. No, purely it should be to glorify Guru Gaurang. Please Guru Gaurang. So if we see the pastime, na, just a quick recap, say. So it begins like Maitra Muni again speaking here. Maitra Muni speaking with Vidur Maharaj, with Vidurji, and he's describing. So he says like the 9 sons of Lord Brahma, the Chaturkumars, the 4 Kumaras, and then Narad, Ribu, Hamsa, Runi, Yati, all lifelong Nashtika Brahmachari, celibate monks. So we don't hear much of them then. It's a limited description. Just one sloka, one text, one purport, and then we move on, okay? And move on. And as like we opened up, say, the pastime yesterday. So Swayambhuva Manu, who is son of Lord Brahma. And Swayambhuva Manu, a plenary expansion or powerful personality, definitely. Huge responsibility, such a huge lifespan. And of course, he dedicated his life in austerity as well, in line with the desire of Lord Brahma and in line with, say, desire of Lord Shri Krishna as well. So Swayambhuva Manu, he has 2 wives, and from one of his wife, he has this sons, Utanpad and Priyavrat. By his wife Satarupa, 2 sons, Utanpad and Priyavrat. So Priyavrat Maharaj's Katha comes in 5th canto. Someday when Thakurji blesses us, we'll try to understand that as well. But for now, Utanpad. And Utanpad Maharaj, he has 2 wives, Suniti, the elder wife, and Suruchi, the younger wife. And by his elder wife, Suniti, he has a son named Dhruva. And by his younger wife, Suruchi, he has the son named Uttama. So, Uttama, and we saw yesterday what? That the king is sitting in his palace in the royal throne. He's sitting on his royal seat and he has got Uttama on his lap. And Dhruva Maharaj, he is entering the royal hall and he wants to go to his father naturally, and he also wants to sit on his father lap, which is natural. So somewhere here we say the father is not taking uh, Dhruva in his lap. Now again, coming to Srimad Bhagavatam, now this pastime, pastime. So yesterday, our dear friend Gabor, also Natalie, I believe, were asking, what does pastime mean? In Srimad Bhagavatam, we hear full pastimes, na? Pastimes. So, any thoughts? What does pastime mean? So many pastimes we hear, no? Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, and in societal sense, pastime means what? Killing time, right? Okay, what to do to pass the time, kill the time, In trains in India, they sell mufli. What is it mufli called, like peanuts and nuts, and that's a good way. It's called as like pastime mufli or pastime thing, because in trains in India, some long journeys, 24-hour train journeys, no long in India as such. So what do? Okay, you, how to say, you scratch, pluck, open up that mufli and then take nuts and all. So you engage yourself and say time pass and all. So yeah, in societal sense, pastime means okay, somehow I have to kill the time. What? I have a train in 3 hours. What to do? Okay, kill the time, pass the time. Then how do we maybe going on phone or like this and all, airport things like that. But in here, this pastime, what does pastime in Srimad Bhagavatam mean? Learning, something that's going to be a learning and teaching, yes, that is there for sure, okay, but something above beyond more. Uh, Learning and teaching is good, but we are not after learning and teaching. We are after Krishna. Now, in order to get Krishna, we have to have some basic learning, teachings, and this thing. Otherwise, who is after learning, teaching? The Bhajvasis, they are not after. Rather, in pure Krishna consciousness, give up learning and teaching, Baba. Give it up. Yeah. In pure Krishna consciousness, we want Atmiyata, eternal bond, heart to heart connection with Krishna, complete love and attachment. And then Yogmaya will arrange whatever learning, teachings. But yes, for us, sadhakas, learning, teaching, yes, true. So, pastime, can it mean in Srimad Bhagavatam sense? Pastime, can it mean like an event, an activity, an event, a historical? By the way, Srimad Bhagavatam is a historical event. It's a historical fact. Itihas, something which is recorded, something which happened in history. Perhaps unlike a bit Harry Potter, which was, I believe, something like maybe filmed, wasn't it? Yeah. So just getting a bit of my. So Srimad Bhagavatam is a historical fact, and pastime meanings such an event, activity, an episode wherein we do not want the time to pass. Such an event, activity, episode where actually the time doesn't pass, where actually the time stops. Ever experience in life time stops? Did we ever experience in life time stops? Maybe, but for a, if I may say, for a very, very short duration, right? For a very, very short period. And this time stops, it can be in both ways. Something is so profound, so happy, I'm so overwhelmed, so joyous that time stops, or I want the time to stop. Another could be, oh, something so gross, so heavy, so painful, so sad, so grievous, so hurting that time has stopped for me. I'm stunned. Like, people say something, no? What? Cold feet or cold rush or this thing that, oh, I was shaken for 2 minutes or 5 minutes. I just couldn't see anything, couldn't breathe anything. Like world stopped for me for not a good reason. Hearing someone passed away or something, someone's child got hit, hmm, by car or something. Oh, stop, stand on. So that. But in Shrimad Bhagavatam, time stops. It is not for that. Rather, this time stop in Shrimad Bhagavatam, the material calculation, the material time will stop altogether. It will stop altogether. Hmm. That doesn't mean that the clock is not ticking. The clock will still be ticking, say, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever time, whatever day, and all. But our material thought process, our material calculation, material consciousness will all get stopped. And beautiful, again, glorify. Now we should glorify Srimad Bhagavatam, we should glorify devotees all together. So, what does Srimad Bhagavatam say? We see in second canto, third chapter, text 17 of Srimad Bhagavatam. आयुर्हरति वै पुंसान् उद्यनष्टं च यनसौ तस्यर्थे यच्छिनो नीतो उत्तमश्लोकवार्तया. Yeah. Ayur harati vai pumsan. Ayur is age. Age. Harati, duration, age. Like Ayurveda, na? Ayurveda. So life duration, age. Harati is to take away. Krishna says, na, mrityu sarva haraschaham. Take away. Ayur harati vai pumsam, of mankind, of human beings. Our life duration is taken away. How? Udyan Ashtam cha Yanaso. Udyan is rising, Ashtam setting of the sun, of the sun. And which is true. With every rising and setting sun, we are approaching death. We are getting closer to death. With every rising and setting sun. We say, na, happy birthday. But happy birthday is what? Like once 1 year closer to that, say. 1 year closer to that, na? So, Ayur Hariti Vai Pumsan Udyan Ashtam cha Yanaso. Tasyarte yat shanonito. But, but, except for those who are utilizing their time, engaging their time in what? Uttama shloka vartaya. In the vartaya is like dialogue, descriptions, dialogue, samvad, this, in engaging in topics of Uttama shloka, another name for Krishna, Uttama shloka, one who is glorified by the choicest of poetry, choicest of description, the Uttama, something transcendental, beyond the material modes altogether, Uttama shloka. So when we study Srimad Bhagavatam, we will actually realize time stopping. And this should be the realization. We have to come to this realization. Develop this mood to study and glorify Srimad Bhagavatam, that time stops then. Now, in this pastime also, see, for Dhruva Maharaj, is it a bit kind of, can it be said, for him also, time stopped for the moment when he was trying to get on his father's lap and he was stopped from not getting onto his father's lap. For him also, perhaps the time stopped. In our lives as well, many times does it not come? What? Situations where time has stopped. And maybe many times for not so good reasons, not so joyous reasons and all. Ah. But when we actually take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, we'll come out of duality. We'll come out of this duality of good and bad altogether. A sadhaka, he should be done with good and bad both. Ah. He should not be like, we are again not wanting to be just moralist or, again, we are not here to become pure also. Purity is not our direct thing. Our direct thing is attainment of Krishna. Now, in order to attain Krishna, we have to be pure. So, yes, we cherish purity. We love purity. So, let us see a bit. So, King Uttanpad, so this is text 9. Once upon a time, King Uttanpad was petting the son of Suruchi, Uttama, placing him on his lap. Dhruva Maharaj was also trying to get on the king's lap, but the king did not very much welcome him. Just on this pastime, So we understand maybe Srimad Bhagavatam, na, pastime is such an event activity wherein we do not want the time to pass. We do not want the time to pass at all. Krishna experiences this when he is with Brajvasis. When he is with Brajvasis, he doesn't want the time to pass with his friends or elderly gopis and all. But especially when he is with gopis and Shrimati Radharani, this is Krishna's prayers actually. Throughout the day, he is waiting how does the time pass and when does the time or the suitable arrangement comes that, we see now our acharyas writing what? Sanket Sthana. Sanket Sthan. So the meeting point. When does that time come? When I get to the meeting point to meet with the gopis and with Srimati Radharani. We have to work on our mood and develop our mood to enter into somewhat the the core of Srimad Bhagavatam, say what Mahaprabhu has come to give us. For now, let us relish Dhruva pastime, Dhruva Maharaj's pastime. Let us relish all together. So text 9 we saw na Ekada surache putram ankam aropya lalayan uttamam naru rukshantam dhruvam raja bhyanandatam. Ekada, many things, almost everything begins once upon a time. Once upon a time, I applied for a volunteering role in Karuna Bhavan in Krishna Eco Farm. Once upon a time, I came to the temple ISKCON Scotland. Once upon a time, I was passing by. It could be a family, could be like, okay, we were maybe passing by Edinburgh. We thought, let's check out, is there a temple in Scotland? Let's go. So once upon a time, we happened to come to a temple in Scotland. On the top of a hill, this may go, Karuna Bhavan. So once upon a time, King Utanpad was petting the son of Suruchi, Uttama, placing him on his lap. Dhruva Maharaj was also trying to get on the king's lap, but the king did not very much welcome him. While the child, Dhruva Maharaj, was trying to get on the lap of his father, Suruchi, his stepmother, became very envious of the child, and with great pride she began to speak so as to be heard by the king himself. Let us read just a couple more to understand a bit. When Suruchi told Dhruva Maharaj, "My dear child, you do not deserve to sit on the throne or on the lap of the king. Surely you are also the son of the king, but because you did not take your birth from my womb, but because you did not take your birth from my womb, you are not qualified to sit on your father's lap. My dear child, you are unaware that you were born not of my womb, but of another woman. Therefore, you should know that your attempt is doomed to failure. You are trying to fulfill a desire which is impossible to fulfill. If you at all desire to rise to the throne of the king, then you have to undergo, this is text 13, if you at all desire to rise to the throne of the king, then you have to undergo severe austerities. First of all, you must satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayan, and then when you are favored by him, because of such worship, you shall have to take your next birth from my womb. Okay, so let us try to see this much. So far, Dhruva Maharaj, for him, say time has stopped. Not for a good reason though, for him time has stopped. And how much, from text 9 it has started, no? Once upon a time. How much do we hear till now King Utanpad saying? What did we hear the king say? No. Generally, henpecked husbands, they don't speak much, do they? Generally. Happen to know someone in my family, distant family, say, So a bit jokingly used to say my other family members that okay, we asked this uncle that are you available this Sunday? Come to our house for dinner, or we come to your place or some arrangement. And whatever the usual, okay, I will check with your aunt and let you know. I'll check with your aunt and say let you know, sort of. So Uttanpad, na Maharaj Uttanpad. I mean, one thing could be na that one may say what? Oh, he's the son of Swayambhuva Manu. Hmm? And we hear about Swayambhuva Manu little bit in say Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and we know transcendental say personality, very elevated personality. Who is the son of Lord Brahma? Wow, what to speak? Huh? And how come? And he's a king. He's a king, Uttanpad. But how come he's come under so much, say, influence, na? By his wife. Now, Suniti is the elder wife, Suruchi is the younger wife. Kings have more than one wives. Here we hear only of two wives. And if I may say, mm, allow me to a bit speculate or say, uh, these two boys, Uttama and Dhruv, they don't seem to be much different in age. But Uttama is on the lap, so 5 years roughly. If Dhruva also wanting to be on the lap, not much same, it's pretty much same age, na. And them two wives also, maybe don't know whatever could be the age difference, say. And Suniti being the elder, Suruchi being the younger, and King Uttanpad has more and more heart for Suruchi altogether. This is this thing, this say heart or this attraction or this love, and one gets possessed. Love is something where you get possessed. Love is that thing where you completely get possessed, and we want to get possessed in pure love. We want to be owned or controlled by in pure love. But in here, as it appears, King Uttanpad is possessed or owned by Suniti, but not in a pure sense. In his heart, perhaps he wants to have the child. He wants to take the child in his lap, but he is not able to bring it in his action. For ourselves, Prabhu said of learning and teachings, now for ourselves, see in general in life, do we find a gap in our lives between what we believe and what we live by? What we believe and what we act by. What we believe, what we think, what we say, what we act by, what we desire. If there is a gap, then work should be done on myself only. I must check myself before checking anyone else. So this is Bhagavatam, the overall practice of Krishna consciousness will show us how many gaps are there in our heart, how many holes are there in our heart. But it's not again just to mock us, it will give us complete encouragement to completely purify ourselves. So, as we were discussing yesterday, a bit spending some time with a realized devotee, a spiritual master, someone spiritual master, a very inspiring realized devotee, and just seeing the smile of that devotee is so heartwarming. It's not so heart pleasing. Seeing the smile of the devotee, and and perhaps here King Uttanpad fell for the smile of Suniti. He fell for the smile of Suniti. Now, see, maybe a question. Could there be four categories or situations? One is what? Do we want Krishna to smile with us? One is Krishna smiling with us. One is Krishna smiling at us. Another, Krishna laughing with us. Okay. And fourth, Krishna laughing at us. Which is one which we do not want? For sure, we do not want Krishna laughing at us. Although Krishna, he doesn't like laugh or mock at us, no. But what I am trying to help myself understand, Krishna smile with us, we crave for it. We crave for it. Smita, smile, na? Um, smile. We crave for, and we see this in the Udgar, in the prayers of gopis in 10th canto, when they refer to the smile of Krishna and furthermore. So we want Krishna to smile with us. Krishna smile at us also is good. Yes, we want that smile at us. Na? Smile means please, na? Please smile with us, smile with us. Smile means very soothing, very calming, very confidence giving. Laugh with us, yes, but not laugh at us. And the way we deal, the way we live in life and all, sense enjoyment after. And that is where we give repeated options to Krishna to perhaps laugh at us. And this smile is such a thing. Now, there are many ways to make someone work. One of the way to make someone work is what? Smile. Especially maybe a joke or something, and one can see if there is reality in it. I'm trying to again help myself understand and check myself. Say, a girl smiles and a boy falls flat. Huh? I wonder, can it happen? A girl smiles, say a girl wants something to be delivered, a package, say a post, a package, some item to be taken from Glasgow to London. Glasgow to London would be what kilometers wise? 500 kilometers easy, I feel. 643 kilometers, 79 meters. So a girl wants a boy to take a parcel from Glasgow to London. All the girl may be, if she smiles, could there be one gentleman in Glasgow would be willing to take this parcel? Yes, I will take it, don't worry. Maybe megabus night journey, I don't mind. Or I may take a national coach express or train or fly, or even if I have to walk. Even if I have to walk. You might find someone. That is this, no? Maya, is she smiling at us or laughing at us? The smile can be tricky, na? We think like, okay, someone is smiling at us and all, but actually that is more like a laugh, same. And we see this, na? This Krishna had drishti part, na? Krishna just glanced at Maya, and then everything like came into being halchal, huh? When this say agitation say came about and all. And this is this bodily conception of life, bodily identity, bodily conception of life. A girl smiles and a boy falls flat, or as we were jokingly trying to understand the definition of material world yesterday, right? What? What? Boy likes girl, girl likes to shop. Boy likes girl, girl likes makeup. Boy likes girl, girl likes dressing, something. At least I have shopped with my sister, so maybe I can say I've shopped growing up a lot with my sister and with my mother, and even now my mother tells me when I speak with her, girls like paraphernalia. My mother likes certainly paraphernalia. She always finds some items are missing in the home. Oh, we need this. Some item is missing in the home. We need this. And bless my mom though. So this thing, na? Now this is the thing. What getting? I'm trying here to first understand, say, the position of King Uttanpad, na? King Uttanpad. And again, Bhagavatam, so many things will come. Parikshit Maharaj. You see, what do we see in Bhagavatam, na? Parikshit Maharaj, a king. Such a king. Again, who is Parikshit Maharaj? Grandson of Arjun. Grandson of Arjun. Did he not have moral education, religious education, spiritual education? Top class, top class. He attended all Bhagavatam class. Say, he was very good in morning program and all. Everything, Parikshit Maharaj, say. And but yet, what happened? One fine day, throat is thirsty. He's feeling so thirsty, he's not able to control his senses, and so much agitated. He puts this dead snake on Shringi's head. No, no. So this is not to say to anything to Parikshit Maharaj and all. These are different personalities altogether. But as Prabhu said, like learnings and teachings for ourselves. So we like to distract ourselves. Now we love to say distract ourselves, and we love with this say uh, hope. Yeah, we love with this hope that okay, this will come about, and yeah, this will just come about. So I'm just trying to see King Utanpad so much of under the sway of his wife, or someone could be so much under the. There's no harm to be attracted by beauty, is there? We all are attracted to beauty, undeniable. No? If someone is beautiful, yes, we acknowledge someone is beautiful. Krishna says, "Na ekam sena sthito jagat." Na? And Krishna says, "Na that whatever is there is a spark of my splendor." So we appreciate someone's beauty, but we should see the source as being Krishna. Shishikorantai Mayapur Sashiki Jai. So we appreciate someone's beauty. No? Knowledge is beautiful, someone's strength, someone's management skills and whatnot, and also beautiful. Hmm? And but source being Krishna. Hmm? And problem is we struggle to find that beauty in Krishna, and we more get a bit carried away by societal beauty, say, and with this hope that this societal beauty in one day will be so happy. Perhaps a bit relevant or could be slightly out of context, but nonetheless, no harm in speaking. And now that I'm sitting here, who can stop me, say, in a way? So uh, what? Some of us devotees share this very good story. Say some of us might have heard it. Heard it. What? There's a donkey living in a person had 2 3 donkeys in his house, say, and he was using them for some work and all, for washing clothes, getting things and all, and like that, and feeding some carrots, grass and all. One donkey one day managed to escape the farm, escape the house. He managed to go out. He was looking for an opportunity. He managed to go out. Uh, and the other donkey he stayed and all. And later on, the donkey who escaped, he met with this donkey, the other one who was still living in the house. He met in another field and all. And he said, "Why are you still stuck there? Huh? Look, I managed to escape. I can also take you through, or I can show you the path, and I can give you some tips and tricks. Why are you stuck there? Come out. This field is open. We can eat grass here, carrots, and we don't have to do this hard labor 9 to 5. No, come out of this. I give you the assurance and all." And this other donkey, what does he reply? So donkey A says to donkey B saying to donkey A now, what does he reply? No, no, I am fine here. I know there's some challenges, some struggle, but who doesn't have challenge and struggle? Na? I know it's a rough time at work, a bit busy period and all, but it's okay. We will sort it out and all. But there's a one great thing, one great motivation, one great bonus time, appraisal time. Something what I'm waiting for. See, I tell you something which you missed out, you don't know. But now that you have left and all, I'm just sharing with you this hope, and this is something very great, worth to live for. One day, I heard the master, the owner, speak to his daughter. What did the owner say? Look, the owner said to the daughter, "Look, if you do not listen to me, if you do not listen to me and just spend money like this or do like this and all, next day I will get you married to this donkey." Hmm. So I'm just waiting for that moment. I'm just waiting. One another day, the girl does mistake, and who will I be? Huh? I'll be the king of donkeys. Huh? Then no more hard labor for me. Huh? No more hard labor. Just I'm waiting when the girl does this mistake. And there was a chance also. She was about to commit a mistake, but so I'm just waiting for that. So I'm happy. That is material life. That is material world. Selling our soul for some cheap glory. happily selling our soul for a cheap glory. Cheap 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, whatever. Huh? Cheap glory. Some cheap adoration, some cheap here, there, very much heavily in bodily identity, getting influenced. Again, I'm not saying man, woman, husband, wife, that sort of thing and all, and it's all Vedic. There is definitely scope and all, everything. But just personally to help myself understand the futility of material life. Hmm? The futility of material life. So much hard labor, so much hard labor we all put in, heart we put in, but how much juice? Prabhupada says in his classes, na, in Srimad Bhagavatam also we say, Shram eva hi kevalam, all together. And why not then doing Shram in Krishna consciousness? Complete, we should fully dedicate ourselves from this moment on, from now on itself. And we shouldn't take any worry, oh, what will happen, what will not happen, will I be able to do it? See the beauty of Krishna consciousness. Krishna says what? Neha bikrama nasostri pratyavaya navidyate swalpamapi asya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. In Bhagavad Gita we see na, Krishna says this in second chapter text 40, that Swalpamapi asya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. A little endeavor done in Krishna consciousness can free one from the most dangerous type of fear. In this process, there is no loss or diminution, and a slight endeavor done can free one from the most dangerous type of fear. And what does it mean? It's not a competition, it's not a race. We don't have to kind of perfect in this life, or that we have got only 10, 20, 30, 40 years left. No, whatever time, just relish Krishna consciousness, relish Srimad Bhagavatam, studying Bhagavatam and chanting, reciting shlokas, reading, hearing and all, kirtan, doing services. Relish. Now it's not a race, it's not a like an end point that okay we know more than no. It's a journey, and we relish the journey. So, King Itanpad, we see, okay, uh, he was very much taken over by the charm of Suniti, and Suruchi, the charm of Suruchi and Suniti, the elder wife, although the elder wife, but she was living as a maid servant in the family. So we'll come more to Suruchi when we come. Now, this okay, we'll come to Dhruva Maharaj also. So for now, we have seen Dhruva Maharaj was hurt. That father, first of all, father not speaking. Father, someone rakshak hi bhakshak ban jata na. So someone who is the guardian or protector, if he is not speaking, it's very hurting na. So in this instance, Dhruva Maharaj's father, from whom he was looking up to expectation, father is not speaking. So naturally, say Dhruva Maharaj is hurt. We'll see more when it comes to Dhruva Maharaj. Say now, say Madam Suniti, we discuss a bit. So Suniti, Suruchi, the younger wife of King Utanpad. Now look at her words. Utanpad did not speak a word. He did not say a word, which is probably more hurting to the son. Why are you not fighting for me? Why are you not advocating for me? I need you on my side, and you are not being on my side. And I genuinely, lawfully say and all, want you to be on my side. And your eyes and emotions and gestures. Now look, now this smile and the eyes. Perhaps, maybe, can I say, Utanpad first fell for the smile of Suruchi, and now he's looking into the eyes of Suruchi. You know, Suruchi, the wife, she was in the royal court. She was also there. We see now she's saying this. She was there. The maid servants, the attendants, the those who were fanning, they were also there. Now, Suruchi, imagine, like maybe I will take some liberty, with your permission, please, to a bit see this scene, visualize this scene, how it could be happening. So, king is set on the throne. And Uttama on his lap. Dhruva Maharaj is coming. The servants' attendants are there. And Suruchi, she is also set somewhere nearby, close by. Now seeing Dhruva Maharaj coming, Queen Utanpat, perhaps would have glanced at his wife, Suruchi, what to do, take him or not take him. And Suruchi, through her glance, she would have made it clear, of course not. Of course not. Don't take Dhruva on your lap. No word spoken. Huh? So once fall flat with smile, another time fall flat with eyes say and all. Smile is a way to communicate. One can communicate through smile. Na? Eyes, wow. One day we can communicate through our eyes. That is love. When we can communicate through our eyes, that is bonding. That is that trust. That is that compatibility. Best communication. But the foundation has to be love. The foundation has to be love. Through eye signal, get the message. What Krishna desires. Yog Maya, na, such an arrangement. Wow. What Krishna desires, fulfills. So now here the stepmother Suruchi saying what? Became very envious of the child, and with great pride she began to speak so as to be heard by the king himself. She spoke. The king did not speak a word. So Queen Suruchi told Dhruva Maharaj, my dear child, you do not deserve to sit on the throne or on the lap of the king. Surely you are also the son of the king, but because you did not take your birth from my womb, you are not qualified to sit on your father's lap. You are unaware that you are not born from. Okay, so let us just see this. Just on this now, but because you did not take your birth from my womb, you are not qualified to sit on your father's lap. Audacity, na? Look, who do you think you are? Huh? I am the principal queen. I am the chief queen. Rest all are say servants. Now, in society, what do we see? We see this. There's lots of things now with gender inequality or gender thing. Uh, Lots of things, men issues, women issues, men should speak up, women should speak up, and things and all, something on those lines a bit. Of course, I don't want to go in there. A thing is, in the beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam is proper diagnosis, like contemporary relevant issues. But the thing is, the society, say motivational speakers and society and moral, ethical police and all, they will come up with slogans, ideas, and theories and reforms and all sorts of things. But the foundation won't be Krishna. The destination won't be Krishna. And in here, what is different? We take this Dhruva Maharaj pastime, as we will be seeing more. Perhaps something similar in Bollywood also we see, in Hollywood also we see, in Harry Potter and whatnot and all. Na? But the only difference, or the complete or the real or the big difference is what? Srimad Bhagavatam, complete ashray, complete shelter, non-different from Krishna. And in there, all mirch masala, all spices, proper spice, but no Krishna there. So that is the complete missing link or say thing. So in here, you did not take your birth from my womb. So much of self-obsession. Self-obsession no, is the real separation between Krishna and us. Self-obsession. In Krishna consciousness, in pure Krishna consciousness, self will stay. It is not annihilation of the self. Many times ask someone that what is ego, or what is society wanting. Some people say what? There should be annihilation of the ego, dissolution of the ego, completely eradicate the self, blah 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 blah. But no, in Krishna consciousness, the self is there. But the self is completely centered to Krishna. The self is completely sold out to Krishna. And when we say Krishna, meaning the joy of Krishna, the satisfaction of Krishna, the desire of Krishna. When we say Krishna, always and always, Krishna meaning Radha Krishna. Never Ekaki Krishna, never just Krishna. Krishna meaning Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna ek atma dui dehe dhari. Anya anya vilasane rasa swadan kari. Chaitanya Chaitamit says us this. Na? So self-obsession. We are very much self-obsessed. And in here we see the queen a bit loud and clear, self-obsession. So with this gender thing and designations and calling out someone, what are the ways? What do we say? One is how do we can we address someone else? People say na at work and other places what name and in brackets what he him, isn't it? He him and what else? She her, he him she her, and what else? Help me complete. What are the other things? He him, she her, they them, and me. Does anyone ever write though? Me. I think we see this only, na? He, him, she, her, them, they. We never see me. But should not me be at the top, say? Shouldn't it, is it not always me, I, me and mine? No. Or like lamb or sheep, just meh. No. I, me and mine. That is what. And in pure Krishna consciousness also, I, me and mine is going to stay and we want it to stay. But come to the pure I, na? Come to the pure me, come to the pure mind. Who is mine? Only Krishna is mine. No one else and nothing else. Only Krishna. That is Akinchan Bhav. I possess nothing but Krishna. Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam, his holy name, Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj's mercy, Guru Maharaj's blessing. Huh? That is only mine. Devotees are only mine. That is like purification of I, me and mine. We see this purification very nicely in different pastimes also. Specifically, I find it very nice in Vrittasura's pastime. Vrittasura's pastimes. We see such beautiful purification of I, me and mine. Vrittasura sings this glory in 6:11:24. Aham harita पादेकमूलं दासानुदासो भवितास्मि भूया मनस्मरिता सुपतेर्गुणांस्ते कृणीता वा कर्म करोतु kaya. This is Vritasura saying, what? Aham harita padeka mula dasanu daso bhavitasmi muya. Aham means what? I. Aham haritav padeka mula. Hari, Supreme Personality of Godhead, yours. Padeka mula, shelter of your lotus feet. Dasanu daso, servant of your servant. Bhavitasmi bhuya. Bhavitasmi is wanting to become. I'm hankering, I'm desiring to become the servant of your servant. Manas maritasu patir gunamste. Through my mind, body, speech, all faculties. Krinita va karma karotu kaya. Through my speech and actions and everything. What does the translation say, Pip? Yes, a bit out loud.
O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, will I again be able to be a servant of your eternal servants who find shelter only at your lotus feet? O Lord of my life, may I again become thy servant, so that my mind may always think of your transcendental attributes, my words always glorify those attributes, and my body always engage in the loving service of your Lordship.
Yeah. This is the hankering, na? This is the desire we want. This is I. This is I. This is I. Now further on, 6:11:26. Another day when Thakurji blesses us, we'll try to study Vitrasura pastime as well. But 6:11:26, we see mind, purification of mind altogether. See, in love, ahamta and mamta. Ahamta is I, mamta is like affection, mind. This is very sacred. This has to be protected altogether. So what does Vritrasura praying in this 6:11:26? Mama uttama shloke janesu sakhyam samsar chakra brahmatam swakarmabhi tvanmayayatmajatmajadari geheshu asakta chittasya nanath bhuya. Neela Manjari, would you like to read translation?
O my Lord, my Master, I am wandering throughout this material world as a result of my creative activity. Therefore, if we seek friendship and the association of your pious and enlightened devotees, my attachment to my body, wife, children, and home is continuing by the spell of your external energy. But I wish to be attached to them no longer. Let my mind, my consciousness, and everything I have be attached only to you.
So this is what we want to develop. This is the spiritual identification we want to develop. See, again, Uttanpad, Dhruva Maharaj, Suruchi, Suniti, they are all elevated personalities. Baba, they are in Srimad Bhagavatam, na? They are all elevated personalities. Uh, like someone, just as an example, say, someone in the street who likes movies, who likes movies and watching movies. A person is in the street now. A director is a big personality, actor, actress, villain, even a spot boy, yeah? Assistant director, cameraman, stunt guy, and all. They all are. A spot boy has a role to play in the movie. Does it not? A makeup artist, a packup person, and all, they all are playing a role in the movie for the movie to be filmed and all, to be shown and all, so that, okay, what is, we are just audience or spectators. So in a way, this na Suruchi, Suniti, they all are in a way say enhancing the Leela, the pastimes of the Lord. But if we participate, if we become a good audience, if we really develop a taste and all, we can find entrance. Oh, one day I be a spot boy in the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna. One day I be a cameraman in the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna. And this desire, this hankering has to come about through study of Srimad Bhagavatam. So in here, the queen Suruchi is carried away by, puffed up na, by ego. My, I, me, and mine all together. Me. Eh? Apparently living in a female body, she, her, or them, they, whatever she may want to be addressed. But foundation wise, is what? Me and me only happening. Then what is she saying? That you were born. Now look, she's saying what? My dear child, text 12, she says, my dear child, you are unaware that you were born not of my womb but of another woman. Therefore, you should know that your attempt is doomed to failure. You are trying to fulfill a desire which is impossible. Now, Dhruva Maharaj, does he not know who is my mother? Does he not know? He knows, na Baba, that Suniti is my mother. You are not my mother. I'm born from Suniti. I'm not born from you. But exertion of power, na? Exertion of power. This so much power. Now she's speaking this in front of the king. She's speaking this, all of this. That if at all you desire to the throne of the king, then you have to undergo severe austerities and all. So a question. Take this situation. Take this situation. There is a emergency Cobra meeting in 10 Downing Street, Parliament in UK. Na? Emergency Cobra meeting. And who is in the meeting? The Prime Minister is there. The Home Secretary is there. The Finance Minister is there. And who else is there? Two advisors, two special advisors to the Prime Minister. They are there. Okay. The Prime Minister, the Home Secretary, the Finance Minister, And let's bring the militaries also, military person, the top person in the military, and one or two special advisors, personal advisors of the prime minister. It's a closed meeting, no camera, no recordings and all, complete closed meeting. So this is the question: who is the most powerful in that meeting? Prabhu says the advisor is the most powerful in that meeting. Okay, why do you say so?
Everybody will look to him to give advice.
Mm.
And that person has the opportunity to give the advice, which might not.
Okay, so everyone will look up to him to what advice have you got to offer? Let's hear from you. Perhaps if they're at all here, I don't know. But let's say, okay, what advice have you got to go? Okay, so Prabhu says advisor is the most powerful personality in the meeting. Any other thoughts? One who makes the decision is the most powerful person in the, well, the decision has to be signed off by the prime minister, I believe, no? Yeah, it has to be signed off. But yes, one who makes the decision is the most powerful. Any other thoughts? In this meeting, who is the most powerful? Yes, Pip? Could they all be all equally powerful? Good shout. Good shout. Should I say who is the most powerful? So what Gaurangi Devi is saying is something what I was thinking on those lines, but perhaps can see how it best meets. Say. One who is able to influence the most is the most powerful. One who is able to influence the decision, one who is able to influence the most in the meeting. On paper, who is powerful? The prime minister. On paper. Now depends who is able to influence, and this we see now in the societal world also. Prime minister could be someone, but someone else is running the show and all. That okay, we have put him as a prime minister so that through him we can get all the signal. So in here, who do we see being so influential? Suruchi. So influential that the king does not have much of a say. The king can have a say in ruling the kingdom, in occupying another territory, or raising taxes, something and all, what gives and all these things. But in this matter, the king has no say. Also, it could be that in ruling another kingdom, occupying another territory, or raising taxes and all, the king need not necessarily have the most say, because if Sunruchi intervenes, heavy. If Suruchi intervenes in other thing. Wasn't it Cleopatra? What was it with Cleopatra? Wasn't she the Egyptian princess or someone? Yeah. Was the king right? And he fell for this woman or something. So, who is the most influential in that meeting? One who can exercise, sorry, who is the most powerful? One who can influence the power, one who can influence the decision making, one who can have that exercise kind of the decision making. Now, check this out. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, na, we'll see this. Check this out. See, 5% in us, soul, hmm? Intelligence, mind, body, senses, right? Soul, intelligence, mind, body, senses, and matter. Dull matter, na? Dead wood, dead matter. Who is the most powerful? Or, okay, who is the most powerful? Yeah, who is the most powerful? Or who is supposed to be the most powerful? Like in that meeting, the prime minister is supposed to be the most powerful, na? So in soul, intelligence, mind, and senses, ego, say, dead matter, who is the supposed to be the most powerful? Soul is supposed to be the most powerful. Is soul actually the most powerful? That is another thing. Perhaps not. I don't think so. No. If soul is had actually been the most powerful, we would be in completely relishing Krishna consciousness like anything. Indriyani parani ahur. Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita, right? 342. Krishna says this beautiful word. Indriyani parani ahur. Indriya bhe paramam manam. Manasastu para buddhir ye yo buddhe paratastu sa. Indriyani parani ahur. So, the senses are superior than the dull matter, right? Senses are superior than the dull matter. Superior than senses are the mind. Indriya bhe paramam mana. In comparison to the senses, mind is superior. Manasastu parabuddhir. In comparison to the mind, intelligence. Yo buddha paratastu sa. Sa meaning the self, the soul. In comparison to intelligence, the soul is the superior, is the king. So, if we have to grade this, say, in ranking, if this gradation, say, what lowest is the lowest autonomy, the lowest power, dead matter, na? Matter, dead. What influence? Dead matter. Above dead matter, senses. Above senses, mind. Above mind, intelligence. Above intelligence, the soul proper. But can I say right now, how is the condition situation? Upside down, total. Yeah? Can be. What? Soul is at the bottom altogether. Somewhere lingering, somewhere just crying out, somewhere wanting space. Huh? Intelligence is being kuch, is being, I don't know this Hindi word, I know kuchalna, I don't know in English, the is being mashed by the mind. Intelligence is being crushed by the mind. And intelligence is intelligence and a mind, and then senses and matter. Right now, upside down. Tell you one thing, one very beautiful thing perhaps. Who is at the center? Be it either this way or that way. Who is at the center? So, actually, how should it be? Dull matter, then senses, then mind, then intelligence, and then the soul proper. How currently it is possible is what? Soul is at the bottom, then intelligence, then mind, then senses, then matter. So who is in between of these five elements, five things? Who is in between? Mind. Mind is at the center. Either way. Mind is at the center. Huh? This is what is this is why what is required? Mantra meditation. Manastrayate iti mantra, that which delivers the mind from ignorance, is mantra. So if we control the mind, intelligence is anyways fine. Intelligence is good like cow. If we control the mind, if the mind is controlled, then we will gain that autonomy. We will gain that power. Now in here again, elevated personalities, Suniti, Suruchi, everyone. But what appears is that King Uttanpad, he had his story. He had his some things, he got carried away. And Mother Suniti, she got, Mother Suruchi, she getting a bit carried away and all, and this audacity. Na? So mind perhaps not in place. What is most importantly not in place is one's spiritual identity. Who am I? The king lost his real identity of Das Dasanudas, that I am a servant of the servant of the servant. The queen also, Suruchi also lost that identity. It's not that they didn't know, but then again, management, heavy. Management is very heavy. King, ruling, when you have power, management, influence, and post position, very heavy, very, very heavy. All this. So, identity getting a bit lost or identity getting a bit fickle, say. And throughout the practice of Krishna consciousness, we have to protect our identity. We have to come to our identity. But look, one beautiful thing Suruchi is saying. What is that? One beautiful thing she's speaking, which is very, very beautiful. We should give very good credit to her. Text 13, what does she say? Text 13, one beautiful. If at all you desire to rise to the throne of the king, then you have to undergo severe austerities, which is fine. First of all, you must satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan. And then, when you are favored by him, because of such worship, you shall have to take your next birth from my womb. So, this Suruchi is saying such a good thing, such a good advice and instruction. She's not saying go to any demigod or go to anyone else or it's impossible or come to me or go to any motivational speaker. Say. Shishikhorantai Mayapur Sashi ki, Shri Tulsinath Maharaj ki, Shri Giridhari Lal ki, Shri Narsingadev Bhagwan ki. So what is Suruchi saying? That your desire, if at all you want it to be fulfilled, perform austerity. But not just leave it there. Huh? Austerity to please Vishnu, to please Narayan. Worship Narayan. Huh? In Vedic practice we see many do austerity, but they do not do it to please Narayan, to worship Narayan. But here Suruchi is saying, do austerities and you must satisfy the Supreme Power. So that much of very good culture, that thing is there in the heart. A bit covered up because of whatever say, but that thing is there, and she's saying that worship Narayan. Then when you are favored by him because of such worship, you shall have to take your next birth from my womb. This. Let us, maybe we can do Kirtan, I think, for 5 minutes. So someone can maybe play Kartal or Mridanga, or if Kartal is there. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Is there another paragraph? Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, Nittai. Jaya Khoda Nitai, Jaya Mayapur Sashi. Jaya Khoda Nitai, Mayapur Sashi. Jaya Shitul Sina, Jaya Shitul Sina. Jaya Giridhari Lal, Jaya Giridhari Lal. Jaya Narsingha Dev, Jaya Narsingha Dev. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaur Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Tell you 4 places of great attraction in the UK. What do you say? 4 places of great attraction in the UK. There could be something more for me. I think I find 4 great places of great attraction in the UK. One would be Bhaktivedanta Manor. Someone coming to UK or someone living in UK should definitely visit, stay in Bhaktivedanta Manor, take darshan of Shri Radha Gokulananda. Then London Soho Street, Shri Radha Londoneshwara. Beautiful name, no? Radha Londoneshwara. And what? Go in Harinam. Going in Harinam, Central London. Wow, the hub of Maya, Central London. Go Harinam there. Another place of attraction in Wales. Temple in Wales, museum being built, Prabhupada Museum and temple being built, temple already there. And another attraction, what? Karuna Bhavan. ISKCON Scotland, Karuna Bhavan. Top of a hill in Les Mehigo, small village, top of a hill, wherein one can hear more birds chirping than the car noises. Definitely. So we see here now all credit must be given to Suruchi. She had that much of culture, sanity, and further nicely, that she's saying what? That first of all, you must satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayan. But also we see what? That if you will be favored by him because of such worship, you shall have to take your next birth from my womb. Now, look, this is a religious sentiment. This is the difference between religious sentiment and a Krishna conscious sentiment. Or this is the difference between a dharmic sentiment, something religious sentiment, dharmic sentiment, and a param dharm sentiment, param dharmic sentiment, meaning transcendental sentiment. In religious sentiment, what? Oh, God is there, God is powerful, God is almighty. God can give you what you want and all. Huh? But again, look, in that God is being there, still the self ego is so a bit high inflated, saying what? You shall have to God, get favored by God, then you shall have to take your next birth from my womb. Many times religious sentiment means what? Instructing God, teaching God, educating God, na? Guiding God, telling God, God, this is what you should give me, or this is what I want, this is thing, And still, people, we take good acknowledgement or this, that I'm pious, I'm credit, I'm religious, and all. When one comes to practicing Krishna consciousness and especially understanding Vaishnava etiquette, Vaishnava Siddhant, Vaishnava etiquette, Vaishnava principles, one's all piety will be like, oh no, I'm not at all pious. What piety? When it comes to upholding Vaishnava etiquette, upholding Vaishnava Siddhant, upholding Vaishnava, that culture. Wow. So, this is the difference between religious sentiment and pure Krishna conscious sentiment. In religious sentiment, we take, yes, God, you are there, and all, God, you have got some powers. You are somewhere sitting high up in the sky, possibly having some grapes, hmm? And you enjoy there and give us good organic grapes here and avocados here, and we enjoy here. Or God, you can make it happen, do this, do that, and all. In religious sentiment, maybe God can get some instruction, but in pure Krishna consciousness, or actually in pure Krishna consciousness also, Krishna is given some instruction, but those are of a pure love altogether level. So here we see this, that this is the difference when one comes in association with devotees, when one comes in contact with Srimad Bhagavatam, with the japa, with chanting all together. So let us read maybe one or two more and see. So text 14 says, Maitre Vacha Matu sapatnya saduruktividha swasan rusadandahato yatahi hitva nimasantam pitaram sanavacham jagama matu prarudan sakasham. The great sage Maitreya continued, my dear Vidura, as a snake when struck by a stick breathes very heavily, Dhruva Maharaj, having been struck by the strong words of his stepmother, began to breathe very heavily because of great anger. When he saw that his father was silent and did not protest, he immediately left the place and went to his mother. When Dhruva Maharaj, let us read a bit more and see him. And when Dhruva Maharaj reached his mother, his lips were trembling in anger and he was crying very grievously. Queen Suniti immediately lifted her son onto her lap, while the palace residents, who had heard all the harsh words of Suruchi, related everything in detail. Thus Suniti also became greatly aggrieved. Hmm. This incident was unbearable to Suniti's patience. She began to burn as if in a forest fire, and in her grief she became just like a burnt leaf and so lamented. As she remembered the words of her co-wife, her bright lotus-like face filled with tears, and thus she spoke. So maybe we'll see, perhaps let's see, for now let's pause a bit here, and we might as well be seeing tomorrow what Suniti has to speak further or what she has to speak. Now, see, the Dhruva, the young boy Dhruva Maharaj, seeing that the father is not responding, he left the palace. He went to his mother, and he went to his mother, and now the residents, the gatekeepers, the residents, the servants in the palace and all, narrated the entire story to Dhruva's mother, Suniti, what had happened. And Dhruva Maharaj, being struck by the strong words of his stepmother, went off and all. Now, see, in life, physical beating is one thing that is not so strong as beating with words or cutting words. Huh? Cutting words are very strong. Point is, this is a fact, this is a rule of life. What? Subtle rules over the gross. It is subtle, always going to rule over the gross. So, in our Krishna consciousness, also, now we have to go very subtle, very deep, very internal. Subtle ruling over the gross. Na? The king, through his expressions only, not accepting the boy, king did not speak a word, and the mother spoke some words and all, very harsh, very cutting, like it's poison. Although no one touched the boy, no one shrugged off the boy and all, nothing physically, but through words killing someone, through this thing. Now, and just like as it says, na translation, as snake when struck by a stake. So snakes struck by a stake, it is like hitting the ego of the snake. Snake gets very hurt, his ego tremendously hurt when he is hit by a stake. Krishna, we saw, he danced on the hoods of Kalyana. Now, snake's body we see is very slippery, very slippery. We don't need to touch or see, but it is slippery. Now, Krishna danced on the hoods of Kalya, such slippery body, the Kalya, and he was so venomous and strong and all, but Krishna danced like anything. Sir. So, this snake, just like snakes, he's struck by a stick, na? He breathes very heavily, as in someone trying to capture or dominate or control a snake. It's like, how dare you? Ego hurts, na? So Dhruva Maharaj also being struck by the strong words. Now Dhruva Maharaj is who? The son of a Kshatriya. Son of a Kshatriya. Na? Kshatriya cannot handle insult, cannot take in insult. No, it's not him to take insult. So Dhruva Maharaj became very angry and very much insulted. That ego being hurt up. Now we'll see furthermore. Now we'll see furthermore what Queen Suruchi has to say, and furthermore. Now, in life, we all experience insult, we all experience hurt, we all experience a humiliation. Na? Now, a question: how can we never experience hurt, insult, humiliation? What is it that we do or become, or what is it that will never, even though being hurt, even though being insulted, even though being humiliated? Maybe if I help myself express a bit more to help myself understand, can there be a situation when I am not insulted in life, I am not hurt in life, I am not humiliated? There can never be a situation. If someone is thinking, oh, it's an easy way out, join the Hare Krishnas. Huh? Easy way out, join the Hare Krishnas. You don't have to work, you don't have to do anything. You can go on top of a farm in Karuna Bhavan, on top of a hill, and just what have you got to do? Wake up early in the morning and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and then what? Go back to bed. Easy life. So even someone thinks like this, and especially easier, become a monk, become a brahmachari, na? Take saffron robes, take monk vows and live. Even easier, become a sannyasi, travel, Baba. Many times when sannyasis visit and all, and some gentle, pious people, when they come to the temple, people have this question: what? Hey, the sannyasis, where do you get the money from? Who funds them? Where do they? Just I'm trying to understand just how. Mangal Arti, no one asks. What does Samsara Dava and all? No. These brahmacharis, where do they get the money from? Sannyasis, iPhone I see, and this iPad, Apple. Anyways, thing is, there is never an easy way out. Even one becomes a son. The Prabhupada, they did not have struggle, they did not feel hurt, insulted, humiliated. So this is unrealistic that we won't be hurt, insulted, humiliated, and all. Completely unrealistic. And Prabhupada says this beautiful. What does he say? What? Suffering and pain. Hmm? Suffering and pain. Pain. Pain is compulsory. Is not? Pain is compulsory. Suffering is optional. Pain is compulsory. Take this example, like this young boy Avyansh, right? Young boy Avyansh or Hansini. Sometimes they have to go to doctor. The parents take them to the GP doctor, na? And they are given so many hepatitis A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, this, that, dose, this vaccine and all. Now the vaccine, pain is definitely there, but the suffering is optional. So insult, hurt, humiliation is definitely there. But how do we not get suffered by it? How do we not feel the pangs of it, the suffering of it? This is the question. There is one way, only one way, only one way. Mind control. There is only one way, humility. For a humble person, no humiliation. For a humble person, he never feels upset. Can someone insult a humble person? Can we ever insult a humble person? Can we ever upset a humble person? Can a humble person ever feel humiliated? Mahaprabhu's teachings is what? Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtanya sadahari, lower than a straw in the street. Or it is very difficult to insult a humble person. Extremely, extremely difficult. No, Yudhishthir Maharaj, Ajata Shatru, he is called as, na? Ajat meaning unborn, Shatru enemy. So who had for him no enemy was born? Well, he was in the battlefield, Mahabharat, Kurukshetra, the fighting, the Kauravas who had 11 Akshanis army. Pandavas had only 7 Akshanis. Na? They had such a bigger army and all. Were they not enemies? They were enemies. But Yudhishthir Maharaj, so humble, he did not consider anyone to be his enemy. So, again, the point I'm trying to help myself understand. Here, Dhruva Maharaj is feeling hurt, and all, experiencing hurt, some insult and all. We also, Arjuna also felt hurt, insult. We also feel, and we can never avoid it. But thing is, working on becoming humble. That is what is needed. Becoming humble. So, maybe, yeah, two questions perhaps, huh? Apologies. Two questions. One, we see this now we have come into this pastime. What has happened with Dhruva Maharaj? He went back to his mom. So imagine if we were all mothers of Dhruva Maharaj. Okay. What advice would we give to Dhruva? What advice would we give to Dhruva Maharaj? This incident. We all experience hurt for ourselves and someone else also hurts, na? And he comes to us. What advice should we give to that person? Say Dhruva Maharaj came to you, what advice would we have given to Dhruva Maharaj? This is one question. Another question is, if someone insults us, what should be our response? Okay. Shri Shri Khodanitai Mayapur Sashi ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी. Thank you very much for your kind attention and patience and encouragement and inspiration. Please continue blessing us. So we'll continue our study. We won't be able to do tomorrow. Day after tomorrow we'll do. And so these two questions. If Dhruva Maharaj comes in your dreams tonight, hmm, blessed would be a blessed dream. Dhruva Maharaj comes in your dreams tonight, what advice would we give? Time stops. The Katha is parked here, it stopped here. Okay. It is a historical fact which happened. But Bhagavatam, let us just relish till here for now. So, Dhruva Maharaj, if he comes in our dreams, what of advice can we offer to him? Another, in reality, if someone insults us, what should be our response? Hare Krishna. Okay, we take some Bhagavad Prasad now. Hare Krishna.